I have another solution too, Mick. I feel like it's time for Bruno to return the armband to Maguire.
Reckless.
It's,
Reckless.
it's a reckless statement, but come on, there's something that's I love this. 4 games in a row, Harry Maguire. You deserve your respect, my friend. Mentioned this during the watch along that a player, you have the right to earn your spot. You have the right to try and change the opinion of a fan. And it is your duty and obligation. And Maguire, so far, so good. Keep it going, fam. You might just change my mind.
Hey, can I
Too
ask a
soon for the
question?
armband, but too soon for the armband. But he's changing our minds slowly. He's changing our minds slowly.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can a leopard change its spots?
It can color them.
You're reckless. You're spending too much time with KJ, man.
I know. Okay, G,
You're a fraud.
you're too much reckless. No, but this was a much needed win, and it's time for everybody to also apologize to Andre Onana. People have been on his neck about the simple errors that he's made in the last couple of games for Man United, but right now he's redeemed himself. We're talking about redemption arcs. We have Scott McTominay, who is also sort of like, on a little bit of a redemption arc until today. This guy is consistently causing penalties now for us when he's supposed to be scoring. But that aside, Maguire's redemption journey is so interesting to follow, and also Onana, because Luen mentioned this, saying this is a turning point. This is a major, major confidence boost, not just for Andre Onana, but for the defense. When was the last time we knew that a goalkeeper can save penalties, guys?
Yeah, and I mean, he did a fantastic save today. He was a really strong, clean sheet, as what we're saying in the watch along. Somebody has been sponsoring some strong Omo washing detergent because he kept a clean sheet. 100%, guys. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Other results today: Galatasaray, of course, was defeated by Bayern Munich with 3-1. Big up, shout out to Arsenal that came and won against Sevilla. So yeah, 2-1 Sevilla. So big up. It's been a good English week. Real Madrid won over Braga 2-1, and PSV Lens 1-1. Benfica Real Sociedad, our bogey team, Real Sociedad won 1-0. So Inter won over RB Salzburg with 2-1. So good day at the office, guys. We need at least 3 in a bounce, confidence. But Papi, I'm still concerned over the weekend City, but it's a derby. Form goes out the window. It's what they say in derbies.
Form goes out the window, but you go to play the match based on the form that you've been on, and I just gotta say I'm not confident at all. That's the honest truth. I'm here riding the wave of this win, saying Bruno should give the armband back to Maguire. This is just the excitement and jubilance from today. But let's be honest, Man City are no walk in the park. That first half that we played versus Copenhagen, we play like that versus Man City, was slaughtered. It's 3-0, and then it's a whole mountain to climb. But at home, we always seem. I remember the world famous comeback when the Pogba masterclass with Alexis Sanchez. That was the last time when we let City just boss us, and then we still found it to come back. We still found the mentality and resolution to just come back and put up a fight. But let's be honest, Man City is also trying to make sure that they catch up with Spurs, so they're not going to be very easy at all. So
big up Shea Arsenal. Congratulations for your win as well. I have 0007.
Yeah.
Jimmy, when negative Larry's in the chat, we want. I wouldn't mind if we lost, but we didn't. So, listen, I said before in the watch along, pre-game, I had no expectation whatsoever. All I wanted is 3 points, and how we played, it didn't really matter for me, right? Because the simple fact is that we haven't had the luxury, the opportunity to start. We don't even know which our best 11 is as of yet, because all of these injuries. Luke Shaw out. Reguilon just came back. He was huffing and puffing, like he's not match fit, right? We have to play Lindelof, substitute into Lindelof to play left back. He did all right. He did fine. I won't get to the point that Lindelof was really good as well. But we are not a full team as of yet, right? And you guys are right. Somebody said, like, we're not playing into the strengths of Højlund as of yet because our midfield is not existent. We're not playing we don't have a ball carriers. We don't have people that can play ball. First off, if you look at Copenhagen, how they played, yeah, there wasn't that threatful, but what they did was nurse the ball well. They were ballers, basically, holding the ball, flicking the balls. Cool. But I really enjoyed that Højlund ball when he flicked it, like, he did a back heel to McTominay.
Eriksen.
Yeah, Eriksen. So there is a long season, and getting 3 points is so important. But at the end of the day, you want to be entertained. You want to see some patterns of play, good football. Yeah. But let us just make it through the Christmas. Let's hope and pray that we get in. Kobe Mainoo is coming back. Of course, he played under 21s or under 18s, was it? He did well.
Yeah,
he looked like
he did really well.
Yeah.
We lost,
and
but he played really well.
Yeah, surprised the Mount didn't get any game time. Surprised that Hannibal wasn't given the game time.
Yeah.
So he must be trusting on Scott McTominay at the moment because he's in form, like he's scoring goals. But he also a liability, according to my opinion. Scott McTominay, you never know what you're going to get with him. Like, he can offer you goals, but he can also be a calamity as well. Like, because he doesn't really track back. And yeah, thank God Onana saved it. Yeah.
Somebody listening to the news?
I'm trying to find the Christian Eriksen's stats for the 45 minutes he played. If anyone in the VAR room or you guys know where I can find the live stats, I want to check them out because he had some brilliant passes. He was crucial.
Okay, should we just start looking at what you're looking? Let's rate the players from Regulon. Start from Regulon. He did okay for what? No, I didn't really do okay. He was just an average 5 for me.
Yeah, we did look a little lively on the left. Well, not lively, but like we he tried to cross from deep, cross to Højlund or somebody on the far post one time, and it was okay. He did a fair performance on the right for me. Reguilón, I'll give him a 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, Drex is giving him a 6. What about you?
Me, I'll give Reguilón a 6 as well. I was leaning to a 6.5, but I felt like he came off too soon. Because if he played the full 90, I would have gave him a 7 because he was solid. I didn't really see any issues with him, really. I mean, the whole team was shaky at the beginning, but everybody settled down. He played some good overlapping passes and runs, and he was solid defensively after that. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, we have Mixed Emotion Shark Primex is saying 5. We have Shay saying 5.5. But I think, Shay, you watched Arsenal games, so I can use it.
Right.
Right, exactly. Right. Caught red-handed there, Shay. You watched Arsenal.
You're a disgrace. You're a cheat.
Scotty at the wheel saying 6, can do 5, 100%. Yeah, cool. All right, so I agree with that. Like, he didn't put one foot wrong, and yeah, we need a fullbacks to be fit and firing, so we can have a little bit more balance there for sure. So I give him a solid 5.5, 6. So we ended up on 6 there.
It's rounded up.
Yeah. Okay. Who do we have next then? Maguire.
7.
I went first on Maguire. Okay.
I'll give him an 8. As a matter of fact, I'll give him an 8.
Okay, I give him my roses 8.
I'll give him an 8 because he
So
had a
what
really
did
good
Maguire
performance.
do wrong to not get 9 or 10? I'm just curious about it.
He has to behave more and rectify his speeches. And he also has to talk to his mother not to compose those tweets. Right?
Okay.
If I can shoot in when it comes to Maguire, he's good. He had a good game. He scored a goal. He didn't have much to do. His stats are 89 touches, 88% pass accuracy. He won 4 out of 5 duels. He had a couple of shots, scored a goal, and 2 long balls completed. But he also gave away the ball in the 92 minutes unpressed, and he made a mistake in the beginning of the first half when they had one shot in the post. So he wasn't perfect. I wouldn't nowhere near to give him a 9 or 10. So for me, I would give him, because of the goal, I would give him an 8, but performance-wise, it's a 7.
Fair enough. Okay. No, I still hold my my horses there on 8 for me. Right?
Yeah, 8 is a fair score.
I give him an 8.
You gave him an 8. I gave him a 9. Oh, Captain Maguire.
Okay.
All right. Like, I don't see him do anything wrong. I swear. Like, sometimes Maguire has moments where he makes me nervous, but today, nothing. No, I saw him, a matter of fact, anticipate, read the danger. Like, I just have to tell him, you did excellent today. You know,
Jamie,
9 for me.
Jamie feeling like you know, because Jamie.
Yes, Jamie. Let's give the flowers where they're due, Jamie. I'm with you, Jamie. Maybe I'm being too reactionary, but like, a 10 is a 10, guys. Come on, like
a 10 is a 10.
Yeah, man.
I think we could average to a 9, because a lot of the VR said 9, some said 8, 8.5. So we all gave 8. You gave a 9. We could give him a bless and give him a 9 tonight because of that.
And Evo is calling us. He's like, you hypocrites. But
bro,
Evo, 4 games in a row, Maguire has been doing so well. Man of the match last game, man of the match contender the game before. You know, like we have to give the flowers.
I'm being honest, it was the header in itself was very well. It was no way the keeper was saving that. He couldn't touch it.
Yeah, it was good.
You know what I mean? So you have to give him.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling after the? I mean, they were saying VAR check, and it's going, oh, here we go again.
Well,
I was like, no.
I expected the VAR check. You know, I mean, we just scored. It's Man United. You know what I mean? Like, this is my honest opinion, right? United needs to do everything without question. We need to score a banger from outside the 18, so it had no offside. You need to score when it have no players next to you, so they can't say you step on his foot before he kick the ball and blow the whistle. These kind of things, you know. All
right, then. One is the unsung hero, Mr. Champions League himself, or classy Rolls-Royce, Rafael Varane. He didn't get mentioned, but he was also solid in the back.
Yeah. I'll give Varane a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Jarvis?
Yeah, he was good today. He won all the aerial duels as I could see it, and he was. But one time in the second half when Copenhagen came through on the left side, you remember they both the center backs was on the sideline. Both the center backs, both Varane and Maguire, and running like hell after the ball because he ran through. So they were totally out of position. So they weren't perfect. They had a couple of mistakes, and Varane too. He wasn't perfect. So I give him a 7.
Yeah. It was his first start in 3 weeks or something like that. So I think he was rusty in the first half and kind of settled in the second half, became a little bit better. So I'll say 7 is a fair assessment.
Just to come back on one thing, it was Lindelof who saved them on that occasion when Copenhagen came through on the left. So Lindelof is actually a good left back coming in and covering for the center backs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he will start against Manchester City. I believe.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I hope so. Definitely. We cannot. I mean, obviously, we got to rotate the players at the moment, and the fact that he was resting certain players, like Kobe Mainoo was rested. Of course, he played today. And then if you look at the bench, we had kind of good players on the bench as well, so it wasn't that bad. We will see.
I will just ask a question for the panel, because this is quite interesting. Because if Copenhagen has scored that penalty, would we have been sitting here saying that Maguire was an 8 or 9 and Varane was a 7 if it was 1-1? Because they played 94 minutes before that goal would have happened, the penalty situation.
I think I would have still given them a relatively decent score, because at the end of the day, the only thing I think we were not clinical at all in the game. I think we had a solid performance. I think we did dominate the game after the first 20 minutes. For the most part of the game, we were in control. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, we need to become more clinical. Like, we're starting to see patterns of play with the team. We're starting to see the team be a little bit more secure at the back. You know, slowly but surely things coming into place. I feel like, so I can't really ridicule the performance tonight, and I can't pick out a player and say he was crap or he was really terrible, because Bruno didn't really offer too much going forward. But if you look at Bruno, he was offering a lot, holding the deep defensive line. He was playing, picking up spaces, dropping deep, making tackles, you know, making little short passes. He fed Eriksen, and Eriksen changed the game with the long passing and the decision making going forward. So at the end of the day, I would have to say that the team played well. You know, we should have scored at least 4 goals. Because face it, Rashford was true on goal twice. Garnacho was true on goal. And I honestly believe they robbed us a penalty in the second half. So
Yeah, true. We forgot one player to vote for, and that is the goalkeeper.
Oh, Nana.
Well,
What
we're
a
saving Onana. I
save.
thought we were saving
Finally,
Onana
we
till
can
last.
sing it.
We still had to rate Delo.
That's
So,
true.
Okay, so we do start with Diego Dalot. For me, was also really good. I give Diego Dalot a 7 for me.
solid 7s going around
Solid
the
7.
board here.
Yeah, Dalo, I feel like, you know, there was a couple of moments where he looked a little sloppy for me. So I'm going to give him a 6, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, just a few sloppy moments where it's just like, you know, he didn't really feel like he was settled in, and he didn't look like a player who has much match rhythm. You know, he had that rustiness that Varane had a little bit.
But nobody was good in the first half except Onana, to be honest.
Yeah,
there was a couple of sloppy joes from everyone, but Onana was solid, right? So yeah, people say Mark Davis saying 7, Shark is saying 6, Dalot is 6.5, says Edward. Drex says 6, Reggie 6. Okay, so it seems like a
Travis.
6.
Yeah, when I see Dalot's stats by numbers versus Copenhagen, he had 80% pass accuracy, 64 touches, 4 clearances. He won 3 out of 4 duels. He won all his aerial duels, and he dribbled 2 times, and both of them succeeded. So in that case, he was doing a quite good job. What I don't like about him, he looks insecure when he goes forward, and when he goes past this man, it looks like I did it, and he just like runs down and with no aim, and when he tries to cross, he always overhits the ball and it goes too long. So you know, he has to do some improvements to be a good right back in our club. But again, he did a okay game. I can't say that he played bad, so I will give him a 6.
Okay, 6 it is then. It stands by 6 by majority, overvoted. But we still have to place for redemption song. All I ever had, redemption songs. We're talking about Andrew Onana, 100%. Andrew Onana, what a save. What a hero. But we also have to rate this chap as well, Phil Standish.
Give him a 10.
Give
10 out of 10.
Give him a 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Hey, Standish! You're coming in right into the right moment to give your casting vote for Onana.
I think he had a fantastic game, not just with his penalty save, which was absolutely monumental, change season moment for him. I just think I think he had a much more assured game. He looked strong. He made some good saves. I think we've got to stop comparing him to David De Gea because he's a completely different style of goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But he's playing out from the back. He made one bad pass, which was out over to the left wing. But apart from that, he's much more assured with his passing. That beautiful pass from the left back straight to Garnacho's feet. Absolutely wonderful to see, creating opportunities. So, and we're not waxing lyrical over him suddenly because he's had one good game, but he has had his best game by far. And is this the change in his season now? Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, Edward Reid is going crazy. He's going to give him Onana a 10. Mark Davis is also giving Onana a 10. I see it. There's a lot of 10s coming in here. Shark Primex is giving a 9. What else do we have here, people? What else are the VRs to say? While you're playing, I want to hear the rest of you. Like, Papi, what do you reckon? What do you give him? 10 for Nana.
Onana, African Bart Simpson, as Evo calls him here, he did the job. He did the job. Man, it's not just about the save or the penalty and how important it is, right? We have no time to react if that penalty goes in. So that penalty is actually the key to the next, hopefully the next like win, and then maybe we can dream of round of 16. But a big shout out has to go to the save that he did in open play. That was really massive too. Kept us alive in the
beginning of the second half, wasn't it?
Yes, that save is everything, and the more you see it on replay,
strong
it's actually
it was really strong right hand.
Strong
and the way
right arm.
He saved the penalty with his left hand.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I thought it was game over.
Both hands are working now. Right hand, left hand.
No Kit Kat fix.
You get a 10
listen,
from me.
Listen, no Kit Kat fingers now, eh?
No Kit Kat.
Solid.
Jamie's
10 are on the board here for Onana.
Milo Smitish gives him 9.9. Rating is 20. Doesn't exist.
As long as now it's 100.
Now he deserves some flowers tonight, guys, because as much as anybody could say it's one good game, this one good game is monumental. Must-win game. There's no chance to come back from that penalty if you don't stop it, because game blowing off immediately. Is that once in a lifetime moment? It's one of those moments you get when you could be a hero, and he was the hero. So he had a game as you know what I mean, he had a great game. You can't complain about his game. You know, people
clean sheets at the end of the day. Clean sheets at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, that's
everything is like, you know, and we see a lot of opportunities in the game. So he provided a lot of those chances because he provided solidity from the back. And I think this game gives the defense a chance to believe in him now. So
big up Nico as well. Nico AV, big up everyone. Very important 3 points in the group stage. I think Onana deserves 9.5 out of 10. If we need it. Left the room for some improvement. This is why not a 10 yet. I get your argument, Nico, but I'm going to be very generous here today. If it wasn't for him, we would say bye-bye Champions League. Such an important save. Plus, he did a lot of good other saves in the game, during the game. Solid. He deserves his roses. I give him a 10. Bloody hell.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think as well, you know, obviously it's much more than this game. He knows that he's screwed up 2 of our last Champions League games.
Redemption.
With big mistakes. And this was a moment to put it right, and he did it. Simple as that.
Sorry. I just want to say, I see Maddie R gives Onana an 8. For me, every pass wasn't great. And talking about passes when it comes to Onana, I think he has adapted his game since he came to United. He plays more long balls. He understands that our midfield is not Barella and Brozovic. He understands that you can't play the ball to McTominay with his back against the goal, because he don't know how to turn with the ball or what to do with it in the first place. So actually, I think Onana plays much safer now. He doesn't try this very narrow passes with the small margins. So I would say I would give him a credit for improving his game and adapting to the situation he's in. And today, you know, with the penalty, as Mick mentioned, he saved us. We are still alive in the Champions League, and that's thanks to one guy, and that's Onana. So I would give him a 9.
Okay. I actually posted a poll here, guys, as well in the chat. Basically, there's 3 players that I've took the liberty to post in the poll as well. That is, vote for your man of the match, and the way it is at the moment. I can only see 3 people. That's Harry Maguire, Christian Eriksen, and Onana. But we're going to move forward as well. Amrabat, worth to mention, 6. Huffed and puffed.
6.
He was 6. He was pretty much holding the fort by himself until he got subbed off.
Attempted to give him a 5, guys. He was a very complacent with the ball tonight.
I think he overhit.
There was a lot of
things. Yeah.
Not only overhit things, but his touch was, he lost the ball a couple times in midfield in different zones, and I would give him a 6 purely because he held the midfield in a pivot by himself, so he had a lot to do, and he kind of kept it together because the team was very expansive in the movement coming forward, and it was just him. So I would give him a 6, but I'm real tempted to give him a 5 because he was real complacent with the ball.
Do you think he's carrying a little bit of an injury still?
Possibly. He didn't really look
being out.
Yeah, he didn't really look 100 today. To be fair, I feel like he's normally more mobile than he was today. So I'm not sure if he may be carrying an injury, but
Look, the way when he started as a left back, he was more mobile. He was more lethal, moving around. Lately, he's been looking a little bit hesitant. Maybe he's carrying a knock. But what is it to do? Casemiro is out. Casemiro cannot play. So they had to play him. They're playing him to the 60th minute, and they have to swap him. So for me, 6, 100%. I'm on about 6.
Yeah,
he did 2-man's job, 100%. Because if you look at the first half, there was no midfield. Bruno and Scott McTominay was way up the pitch, and he was just holding the fort by himself. So and we saw also what's his name, the Swedish guy, Victor Claesson, also man marking and cutting in as well. So that he couldn't really get out the press either. So yeah, no, big up. 6. What do you guys reckon? Quick and easy.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, Mick, when it comes to the team. The midfield was very stretched. McTominay and Bruno was way too high up the pitch, and Onana didn't have anyone to play to centrally, so he had to stop with the ball and try to pass outwards when he had the ball, and he was waiting for passing opportunities, but they didn't come. So it was a difficult job for him today. Maybe not his game. He was a little bit too slow on the ball. But also when he should be play as the number 6, he should be more commanding to Bruno and McTominay and talk to them and tell them to come closer, so it will be easier for him to give them a good pass. We could see it right away when Eriksen came in. He was talking to McTominay, especially. He was waving his hands, and you could see his mouth moving to McTominay for getting him involved into the game. So for me, Bruno, he needs to. Maybe it's a language issue at the moment. I don't know. Maybe he needs a couple of games to warm up. But today wasn't his best game. So I will give him a 6.
Yeah, fine. I'm cool with that. It's fine.
6 is a fair score. I think 6 is good. Yeah. I agree with you, Jarvis.
On to McTominay, guys. What do you think?
I think McTominay's having a better game. I think he's improving himself. I think obviously he didn't score today. He had that miss. He had that missed chance which I suppose you could ask which was the biggest miss. Was it McTominay's, Rashford's, or Garnacho's? It's hard to call it. We're not looking to put the team down when we just had a win, but in that moment, which was the biggest pivotal moment that potentially could have been, McTominay is officially not a striker. But I just think that we could have made it easier for us overall. But for Scott, I think he had a much better game. I think he's looking more assured game on game. Apart from the high kick at the end, which could have been any player, but to be fair, if he wasn't there, then it was a goal. So he made the difference. At least he was in the right place. And it wasn't that high a foot. I've seen them not given many times. He didn't actually touch the player's face like he showed he did. He was up near his chest sort of thing, and the player started holding his face, which was a bit pathetic, but somehow VAR missed that. I think for McTominay, probably, I think he did better than Amrabat. Give him a 6. I think that's the problem with giving Amrabat a 6. I'm not sure Scott McTominay was an 8, but I don't think he was a 7. So if you're comparing it to Amrabat, I'd have to give McTominay an 8, but I don't think he was an 8. If that makes sense. 7.5.
Okay.
I think you're way too generous
Too
there,
generous.
Phil. With McTominay, I feel he hides when we have the ball. He doesn't want the ball, and he doesn't try when he have the ball. He's good in the box, when attacking. He had a header that was from I think it was across from Bregulan, and he was actually much higher than the defender, and he should have put that on goal. It was a big chance.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had another one in when he came like in 100 kilometers an hour, and he almost like tackle shot the ball, and it went outside. So he's deadly when it comes to being in the box, but when it comes to being a number 8 and a midfielder, I think he lacks a lot of quality in his game. So and I don't think he gets involved enough. He could be better, but second half was better when he came with Eriksen, and it was easier for him to pass because Eriksen he kept close to McTominay, so McTominay didn't have to create anything when he had the ball. It was just easy for him pass it to Eriksen, 3 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards. So I think he had a good second half. I gotta be fair to him.
Do you think he had a better game than Amrabat?
Well, he had a stinker of a first half, better second half. So I would give him an average rate like in 6.5 at best.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Because I feel like he had moments where he could have done better. You know what I mean? Like, and he wasn't all that solid defensively, but he was good. So I could give him a 6.5. I can't really say. If he had scored, I might have given him a 7 or 8, to be honest.
Yeah.
Being honest. I don't really, I'm not minusing any points for the penalty because, for one thing, in my honest opinion, that could never be a penalty. His back to the player, he kicking his foot in front of him. He didn't kick his foot behind him. So that's not reckless, right?
Yeah.
And if they want to say a high boot, his foot is what connect with the ball. The player never touch the ball. So the high boot will only come into context if the player met the ball the same time he kicked it, and he kicked the player. He kicked the ball and then his foot hit the guy because the guy jumped in front of him. You know what I mean? So
That's
I can't
true,
really. I don't believe that was a fair penalty, so I wouldn't hold that one against him. He couldn't see it, but I'll still give him a 6.5 because I don't think he was a 7, but I think he was decent all game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. Like he had a few moments of positivity and okay moments. Really, like there was nothing overwhelmingly exceptional about him. And what Jarvis talked about earlier on, he kind of hides a little bit behind players, and left Amrabat isolated in the first half a lot. I saw that happen a lot, and fine, whatever. What the penalty decision was harsh, but at the end of the day, he's the one who caused it, and could have cost us. So I'm gonna be like same rating as Amrabat and just give him a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Scott McTominay just 6 for me. 6. I mean, not a 5. It's better than a 5, 6. But he could have cost us that game, to be honest. That's I was devastated because 1 minute left of the game. Not again. Like I was ready to go live. I have to sort of Scott McTominay. You made me delay 10 minutes because I have to update my thumbnails. So sorry, I got to give you the punishment. 6.
Okay.
Bruno Fernandes 5.
Yeah, I can't really argue that, Bruno. Like he didn't really contribute much going forward today. Most of his work was really done off the ball and little defensive moments and things. So I don't think he had a all-round good game. So a 5 or a 6 would be the only rating. A 6 would be pushing it because I like Bruno, but a 5 would be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was average today.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can go with Bruno, and I would say first half is way too high, as I mentioned earlier, but second half the game comes more into his his rhythm. You know, we played more on the break, and he has a couple of good passes. He had one good pass for Rashford when he was alone with the goalkeeper, and another one with Garnacho. So he sees and he has vision, and it's good when he got the game into his hands. What I don't like about Bruno, you saw he had one tackle and he was given a free kick, and he was starting yelling at the referee at the 75, 80th minute. And you know, as a captain, he should be more composed in situations like that and not petulant and you know, get the focus over to the referee for the other players. They should keep focus on the game. So he has a little bit negative stuff with him too. So he should try to improve it as a captain. But you know, I think he had a okay game. I would give him a 7 because of the second half, and he worked hard. And you know, Bruno, we always know that he works hard. At least that's a good thing with Bruno. He runs a lot.
Okay.
What about you, Phil?
Go ahead, Phil.
Oh, you sure, mate? Yeah. I think Bruno this season. I mean, I know the whole team struggled, and I think we're seeing a little bit with Bruno what we saw with Maguire, where the weight is on his shoulders. We're not seeing him playing with his freedom that he plays for Portugal with, where he's just whipping in balls left, right, and centre. Great assists, great space. I know it's different in European, but he's just not on his game at United at the moment. And if he wasn't the captain, I genuinely believe he would have been subbed today for Mount. And I think he should have been, to see what Mount can do in that position, which is reportedly to be his best position. And when we're not seeing the best out of Bruno, give Mount a chance, because I don't think he's made much of a mistake this season. He's not. He's getting in the right places. He's tackling. He's tracking back. Everything we're saying that Bruno does, should have given him that chance. But we also know at any moment Bruno can just get a quick assist or a goal. So that's why he's left on the pitch, because in a moment he can create it, but he didn't. So I think he had a poor performance. Bit of a headless chicken tonight. I'll give him a. I think my problem is giving Amrabat that 6 at the beginning. I think he was really poor, Amrabat. So I think it's pushed all my other scores up. But I think Bruno, most of the team were about a 5 or a 6 tonight. I know I said like McTominay 8. I didn't mean that. What I was saying was I think he was better than Amrabat. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think Bruno probably 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was not captain-like. That's what I was just going to stress, that this time around, it's one of those things where I feel like he became a little bit better, obviously, when Eriksen was there. And as Jarvis mentioned, the two moments where he put Rashford through and Rashford decides to push the ball away, and Garnacho does the same thing too. You know, so Bruno is owed an assist by one of those two guys. So at the end of the day, oh look, he just posted an emotional night for the whole club. Proud we could honor it with a win. Bruno Fernandes. Whatever. He still needs to do better as a captain and lead the team by example. So I'm gonna give him a 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
A general 6.
Okay. Now we have Eriksen as well to rate. Or didn't we rate him yet? Interesting. He comes on.
He comes on, gives us the assist, gives us the tempo, gives us the distribution that we need. He's so he picks up the ball from the defensive line, and he was the impact sub that we needed. And big up to Erik ten Hag for making that, tactical in-game management substitution. But maybe why not just start Eriksen next time?
Did you get it wrong again? There's 2 games in a row where he's not starting Eriksen, brought him on at halftime. Did he get it wrong?
I guess you can say he got it wrong because Eriksen came in and then did the job. So, we all know Eriksen cannot do a job for 90 minutes. So maybe his best role is coming on as an impact sub, coming on when we're losing on control of the midfield. So yeah, I'm going to give him a nice 8, well-rounded 8.
Yeah, well-rounded 8. Like when you round up a pallet of wine, like the aftertaste, it's a good 8, right? Big up Gary O'Brien, wasn't it? They commented before we just started to watch this channel. Just going to bring you back to the fray. Welcome, my friend, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. You started watching the United Stand and Sam Peoples as well, and then you find us. So big up, a great mixture of opinions. Yeah, always welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, so well-rounded palette, and we have a fantastic community here as well, Gary as well. So guys, if you want to continue this chat afterwards, please check out the Telegram community chat as well, the MUFC Realist TV community chat. Amazing chat. Predominantly Mark is talking shit over there, but anyway.
Well, I'll just say this. I gave Ericsson an 8 because I think he was really, did his job perfectly. And to be honest, this is what I think we bought Ericsson for. I didn't think we ever bought Ericsson to be a main starter. I always thought he would come on and dominate the second half as an impact player because
so we bought Ericsson as the dessert, not the starter.
Yeah,
not the main
not the
course.
Starter because he can't. In my opinion, he can't play 90 minutes right at full tilt. So I would give him a half, and it would always be better to give him the second half because he would be able to do more damage in the second half than starting a game. So I'd give him an 8 as well. He did really well, saved the day. Bruno with a pre-assist though. Shameless. I'm shameless. Okay. I'm shameless today.
Reckless.
Yeah, I want to say something about Ericsson. For me, when he came on, he changed the game. One player changed the game, and why did he change the game? Because he's good on the ball. He has vision. He has spatial awareness. He knows where to place himself compared to his teammates, and he's very good because he does two things. He knows when to hit the long ball, precise, the through ball, and he knows when to slow down the game and just pass it sideways. So he dictates the tempo of the game. So it makes it much easier for his teammates to perform while they have Ericsson on the pitch.
Yeah, but also
he's our only ball playing midfielder at the moment. We wanted Frankie de Jong, but we got Ericsson. But Ericsson is actually really good on the ball. And I would fight for Ten Hag playing two players with legs around Ericsson with Hannibal and maybe Amrabat, so he could do the regista role as we see today, because he's the only player who can do that if he want to play Ten Hag ball. So for me, I would give Ericsson a solid 9 because he was the man of the match for me because of his performance in 45 minutes.
Good. Guys, VR room as well and panel. Do you think also that Copenhagen had great respect as well as soon as Ericsson came on the pitch, because they know Ericsson, they know him inside out. As soon as he came on the pitch, they went, "Oh shit, Ericsson's on the pitch," right? This definitely, I agree with you what you're saying, Jarvis. This was a game changer, and we were saying that in the pre-match as well. I was saying that you got to start Ericsson in this game because he knows the Danish inside out, right? So what does he do? Again, the same midfield lineup. I don't get it. And where is Moneyball? Mason Mount. Where is Mason Mount? Nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he's carrying an injury.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm tired of these injuries anyway. Good stuff. Why doesn't Ten Hag pick Ericsson over Bruno? I love a midfield of Ericsson, Casemiro, and Hannibal. Good point. There is so many combinations you can throw around, Edward, but at the end of the day, we're not the ones that pick the team. I know it's frustrating. I was texting you, Jarvis, as well as on WhatsApp, why do we always tend to pick up the weakest team in the first half and switch it off to play? Oh, by the way, I made a mistake. Let's rectify it in the second half. So I want to see changes. I wanted him to be confident enough to pick the right midfield, at least, that deserves the first half. Because if we go out like this on City, first half, we get slaughtered. 100%. They would just run through our midfield like a butter in a frying pan, to be honest. And I hate to see that. I don't want to see another 7-0 or a humiliation. Oh shit! Do you hear my cat?
Yeah,
I
I hear you.
Catastrophe. Hang on a second.
It's a catastrophe. On Ericsson, real quick, Eric Ten Hag had these comments to say after the game that Christian Eriksen is always positive. You see, he brings football. We didn't have the football in the first half. I'm like, bring the football. Let's start with football from kickoff, Eric Ten Hag. It's also interesting, guys, that Man United conceded a penalty in each of that three Champions League matches this season. Is there a conspiracy here or what?
Has to be. Like, because in my honest opinion, right, we have done enough to win ourselves at least 5 penalties. Right? 1 tonight, 1 in the 3rd minute of the game against Bayern on Palestri. 2 in the game again, 2 in the game against Galatasaray, because one of them went through the back of Hoyland and they didn't give it, and Palestri again. So, in my opinion, we can't get penalties. It's not for us, right? We're not getting those calls. So we have to do what we need to do, is just put the ball in the net in open play and the text. No quarreling, no arguments. On Bruno earlier, you mentioned the tackle. I've seen worse in the game we was watching while we was on the watch along, bro. Copenhagen did some tackles and it was like, whoa, no yellow card. Didn't even talk to the players. The first tackle Bruno makes, skater on the ground, 50-50. He got a yellow card. I could understand why he was upset. I mean, people might say it's petulance, but at the same time, you know, you're playing a whole game and you're seeing things happening and the referee not doing anything about it, and then he just penalized you for what? Less. Makes no sense. It would have a frustrating reaction, I think.
Yeah. When it comes to Eriksen, I just want to ask a question to the panel. Do you think he will start against Manchester City?
9. He won't. He will bring him on second half again. And if that's what I think. I think he's going to start ARMBAND next to Casemiro, because Casemiro will be fit and available for the game. And he will start Bruno, and Eriksen will come on second half. That's what I think.
Yeah, Eriksen seems to run over versus big teams like that. We need some physicality. I'm fine with the impact midfield sub role for him, you know. If we're losing control of it, and then, you know, go ahead and put Eriksen in. But I would not start him if I was Ten Hag.
Yeah. What do you think, Phil? Should Eriksen start against Manchester City?
I think the problem you've got, obviously, starting Eriksen. I mean, when you look at Ten Hag's, what he's done in his starting lineup for the last few games, we're going against bottom of the league, Sheffield United, and we're playing 6 at the back. Let's be honest, two defensive midfielders. Why are we not playing with more belief? Why are we not going out attacking some of the teams where we have a chance? You know, are we giving teams too much respect? He's talking about interchanging back 4 all the time because of the injuries, and we've spoke about it, and we fully understand that. But are we giving too much respect to? Let's be honest. When we saw the draw, Copenhagen, we knew it. Yeah, within the Champions League, but we should smash them. But and you know, same against Galatasaray when we play them. You know, are we giving too much respect to these teams?
Yeah.
By playing so deep, so many at the back in the second half. When Eriksen comes on, he's making the difference, and we're playing more forward, which is that's what I'm asking. So against City, I think obviously the problem you've got is what you could say at the moment. City aren't firing on all cylinders. They're getting there themselves. Don't get me wrong; they're still doing better than we are, and they're still scoring goals. But I just think that. I think the change that he needs to make definitely is Rashford, because he's still looking no better. And I know we've not got to him yet, but with Eriksen, I think it depends who you're starting around him. And are we going out to win, or are we going out to not concede? That's the difference. If you want to go out and win, then you start Eriksen.
That was a little bit the feeling that I got in the first half. Are we going out to win, or are we going out not to concede in the first half? And it was more the latter. What I'm thinking. My worst fear is that he's thinking he can use Scott McTominay because his physicality against City. But the thing is, if you start McTominay, you instantly lose that dynamic in the midfield. So against City, I would definitely go like, a double pivot, line up Casemiro with Amrabat, 100%. Beanie petition. It's cold where he's sitting, my friend. He's from Trinidad and Tobago, sitting in Germany. It's cold, man. It's cold, man. Rashford needs to be dropped 100%. Yes. Where are we in the player rating, guys? Are we finished?
Yeah. The forwards, Højlund, Anthony, and Rashford.
Quick
is what
one.
we have left.
Højlund 7. He did well.
So I agree with that.
Yeah.
I like the little flick back for
Yeah, nice.
Scott McTominay, or who was he flicking me back for?
It
It could have been Anthony who hit it, but McTominay was like, first there.
Yeah.
So you can tell Rasmus Højlund is playing with his heart, and that today you can say he put Man United before family. And big shout out to Rasmus Højlund. Great performance.
Rasmus.
Yes.
Did he see the big smile when he saw his brother coming on from the bench as well?
Right.
Well, I hope he's not smiling. I hope he's still smiling at the end. That's all I thought.
It's been a big family for the Højlunds because all the three brothers played today.
Yeah.
Funny, you guys talk about his brother. His brother is the reason that penalty happened.
I know he played the ball in, didn't he? I saw
ball
that.
across the.
Yeah.
His brother was the guy who ball across the box to the guy that Scott McTominay tried to clip.
That is so true. So
Right,
7 is I'm gonna say 7 for
Højlund.
Yeah.
Højlund.
I think Højlund was okay, but the problem with Højlund is not his effort and skills. He doesn't get any service. We had 3 shots, none of them on goal. But why don't we give him any more to work with? But because he's clearly ready and he's firing, but he gets no service, and that's the biggest problem. So he gets a little bit cheated because he could score a lot of goals for our club if we have given him some service. So I give him a 6.5, but I don't know what he could do more to be better because it's not up to him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll add the 0.5 from Drex here to Jarvis's comment there, and we'll give him a 7. Phil, what do you think about Højlund's game tonight?
I think Højlund's doing all right. I think the problem you've got is it's hard to judge a player who's not getting any passes to him, as Jarvis has already said. If the ball's not coming to him, how do you judge him on his performance? I mean, he had that chance that was that he lashed over, which was just like it was like the one he scored for Norway in midweek. So earlier on in the first half, sort of thing, he absolutely lashed it over, and then there was another one where he, I think it came to him a bit at the edge of the box, and he completely hit it too hard, sort of thing. But I think you just need, you need to. It's hard to judge them. You can't give someone a high score just because they didn't get the ball. At the end of the day, with what he did with the ball, he did all right. So to me, you're talking a 6.5, but it's not his fault.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
I don't rate Rashford at all today. Sorry.
Yeah,
5.
I would give him a 4.
5.5.
Because
Tops.
I think the 2 chances he get at goal was more than enough for him to have 1 goal. Yeah. I think that would I was going to give him a 6, but those 2 chances took it away from me because he didn't really offer that much today. I feel like it had 1 or 2 moments in the first half where he looked positive, and then after that, the tackle he received, he didn't get the penalty, he was just out of the game. So I'll give Rashford a 4 today.
Yeah, Shark Primex is giving Rashford a 4, Reggie is 4, Mark is giving a 3, so it's very low scoring here. And Matthias is asking, are Rashford and Bruno still world class? I never said they were world class anyway. No, world class. What is world class for you? World class for me is somebody that is consistent, won the World Cup, some Champions League. You know, Bruno and Rashid was never world class. World class is Ronaldo level, exactly. You know, I don't call world class like a world class for me if you consistently done it for years, and there's only one. You know, we can talk about Bobby Charlton, world class. We can talk about Ronaldo, world class. Pele, Maradona, world class. These are legends of the game. Right?
Edward, to that I'll add there's world class, there's class, and then there's world. So for me, that world.
The world. And
World
then
level.
and Puppy, there's also this out of this world.
Out of
You're out of this world.
And it's just word.
Okay. So what else do we have left in to rate? I lost my count. So
Anthony?
Yeah, I
Anthony?
just want to give my rating on Rashford. I think he had a bad game. He goes missing. He doesn't involve himself in the game. He tries a couple of dribbles as usual. I think he's undecisive when he's on the ball. He's not sure because he's lost his confidence. He tries sometimes to pass. He tries sometimes to dribble, but the flow of his game isn't there. So it looks a little bit what do you call it, static when he has the ball. But in the second half, he got some runs in behind. One was maybe a penalty. I don't know if it was a offside or not. We didn't get to see the rerun, and they had one other chance, but he had a bad touch, so the goalkeeper came out and saved it. So you know, the game was more in his way in the second half, but I wouldn't give him a high rating. Maybe a 4 at best.
Miss World. Man, dude. Sir Bobby, you're a legend. Yeah, guys, you're absolutely amazing. It's getting late. So better wrap up soon. So we are.
So
just
Anthony, we're on to Anthony here, guys. Phil, we'll
5.
start with you on Anthony tonight.
Yeah, with Anthony, I actually thought he had his best game since he come back, and I'm not saying he was world class or fantastic. I just thought his tenacity was better. He was better at taking on players. He was making better decisions. I think the only decision that was wrong was when he cut inside and tried to take the shot. I think he was getting good tackles in. He was making good 1-2s. Dallo was doing the overlap run. He was using that as a diversion and then cutting it inside to whoever was running through the middle. He did that great run where he took a great touch, left the defender for dead with his first touch, cut it inside, played the pass through to Højlund, who backheeled it to Scotty and could have created the goal, and it was all from that. So I think he did all right tonight. Actually, I think he definitely did better than Rashford. I was surprised when Rashford was sub before Anthony tonight. Sorry, when Anthony was sub before Rashford tonight.
If we talk about the flick that Højlund did, he was actually building up to that flick as well. Like, you know. Yeah, he's not bad. Bolanido is saying prediction for the City game, United. We're going to talk about that at the end, but also we're coming down to the match preview if we're going to do something as well. Where wants to see Bald Mick? I'm not bald.
You should cut your hair if we beat City, Mick. Then you'll be bold.
Never. I've been saving this for long hair now for 1 year. I'm not going to cut it now, man. Forget about it. All this suffering, you want to see it? Huh? You want to play rough? We say hello to my little friend. It's growing. Man bun. Anyway.
What are you saying about Anthony Jarvis?
He was okay. As I agree with Phil. He had but the thing is, he lacks a lot of end product. You know, it's a little bit too nice. You know, he's not raw enough in the situations. He should be more use more power, more pace, and be more decisive. You know, he stops up and try to flick a little bit on the ball, and you know, he never loses the ball, and he works hard. So everything is kind of nice with Anthony, but I think he lacks end product. So I think he should play in front of. It shouldn't be subbed off. Rashford should have been subbed off, but Anthony is not at that level that I would like him to be. You know, he's been at our club for over a year now, and we should expect more from him. So it's time to step up his game if you want to be a United player.
That's where
Yeah.
I'm at with Jarvis. Like I was like, Phil is being too lenient on Anthony right now with what you said, Phil, because it's 6 starts this season. You know, I know he's had off the field issues and stuff, so
Yeah.
it's not been like the smoothest. Like,
Mm.
but this is your season.
Whoa.
Boo,
I agree
Anthony!
with that.
Boo!
Boo!
No.
It's literally been like this is his season to show us what he has in the locker. Last season was for him to settle in and acclimate to the Premier League, but bro, it's getting there. Once we get to the halfway point of the season and we still seeing the same song of no output, good touches, then
Yeah.
for me it's time to learn Arabic, buddy.
Yeah.
So what score are you giving Anthony today?
I would give him a 5. A very, very generous 5. It should have been a
Drop
4.
that
Yeah, I
blue
said
ball game.
5 too.
Papi, drop the key.
Because
Get out of here, man.
hear me out. Because Phil and Jarvis reminded me that he took part in that Hoyland chance that we mentioned. So yeah, you deserve some credit for that. But we still need to see some output, bro. Output.
Yeah.
Guys, that
The
way.
only thing that I am a little bit still irritated about, because he's got the ability to take on his players on the wing, but he doesn't. He always breaks and waits and draws attention to 2-3 players around him, and then he passes the ball backwards. I don't like that. You know, I know he's got the ability. He can go forward. He can do 1 or 2, like, you know. But why has he been told not to? I don't know. But yeah, I want to see more. I want to see more output. We bought him for 100 mil. This is the moment of truth, like, you know.
What agenda, Drex?
I am going to give Anthony.
Who's better than him in that
solid-
team? Facundo Pellistri is better than Anthony in that team
What?
right now.
What?
Yes.
Yo,
Yes!
Papi, press that
But-
button. When the button say, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Anthony, I'm giving
Yeah,
Anthony
guys,
I'm giving
We're
Anthony
getting
a-
reckless, yeah.
I'm giving Anthony a 6.5 today because he had a solid game. He contributed a lot going forward. He didn't have the end product, but he had a solid game today. You cannot dispute his game. He didn't make any bad passes today. He didn't lose the ball. He actually won a lot of the duels he went into. He provided chances going forward with his passes. He was constructive. So you have to give him a positive report today. I can't criticize him. You know what I mean? He did better than Rashford by far.
Yeah.
He and Hoyland
Right.
would have the best game in our forward line today. They could have, between them, they could have scored like 2 goals because Hoyland had a chance. He created some chances. You know what I mean? So I would give him a 6.5. I just don't want to give him a 7 to be exaggerative, but he had a good game.
Anyway,
So,
this is the longest voting poll I ever done. Like, you know, are we voting for the president here or what's going on here? Yeah. Anyway, he's not going to get the man of the match anyway. Who
No.
else do we rate? Erik ten Hag, the manager.
I'll give Eric a 6 today.
6,
Because
yeah, 6.
I think it was a good team performance. I think he should have made more. He should have brought off Rashford. Honestly, Rashford should have been the one taken off, not Anthony, in my opinion. I would have liked to see Amrabat stay on the field for the second half. Maybe take off Bruno and bring on Eriksen, or take off Scott McTominay and bring off Eriksen.
Yeah.
But, you know, so I would disagree with him for that. I would also say, well, you know, now is time for Rashford to hug some bench. He's done it 11 games now, 12 games now. So I'm going to have to
Can't
let
see
him
him
hold that
changing him
one.
for City, though.
Yeah. I can't see that either, but I'm going to let Ten Hag hold that. He's going to get a -1 every time Rashford starts from now on for me. So I'll give Erik ten Hag a 6, strong 6. You know, we won the game. That's what matters. Onana showed better performances, so I guess something's working. But I'm still mad about Rashford playing, Scott McTominay staying on the field. You know what I mean? So I have to take away 4 points for that.
Okay, now. Okay. Ineos and Ratcliffe 0. We have another one from Sam Sambol. Jamie, didn't you mix say the Qatar? Mate, this is not the forum for talking takeover. Like we're voting on the player, like, you know. And who, by the way, I just don't understand why people say it's game over. Like, you know, nothing has been announced, nothing has been decided. Why are people saying that Ratcliffe is taking over? The only thing is what that I'm against is 25%. I want 100% full takeover. You know, there's been people leaving comments to say, give it up, you know, where's your sources and all that stuff. Aim at that, you know, guys, it is green and gold until we 100% sold. 25% Ratcliffe doesn't change anything. It actually makes it worse because now you're adding on an extra layer on the cake, on the decision-making cake. If you thought that, you know, things are going to go smoother, you're absolutely deluded. If Joel and Aram is still going to sit there and make decisions and you're adding on Gene Ratcliffe's tip, they're never going to agree on who the signing's going to be. You know what I mean? Stu Wally, welcome. Big lad, hey lads, how you doing? So let's not talk about takeover stuff. And, you know, it ain't over to the fat ladies things either. I think the way I see it is just the media apparatus in UK has been creating this agenda, saying it's closed, they're going to vote for it on the board meeting. Nothing really happened. Nothing has really happened, has it? So just stay. You know, I don't know. We've seen this race before. Like, you know, they keep changing up and down, up and down. All of a sudden, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is in the race. All of a sudden, you know, 92 Holding Foundation is leading. Back and forth. It's been like this for 11 months. I'm just freaking tired of it, mate. Just tired of it. You know, so we're here for Football It Matters and just enjoy the football win today. Seriously, God.
Back
Anyway.
to the football, what I'd love to see is a chance for Martial and Højlund to be up front together with two in the middle. No, we're not going to see it because of the style of play that we play, but it would just be good because, you know, the amount of times you saw Højlund in the middle with 4 or 5 players around him and no one near him. And some, you know, when you watch other Premier League teams, I'm not going to give it any names. When you watch other Premier League teams, some of the best goals that you see in this season is 2 centre forwards or 2 players saying it in the sort of similar position where one knocks it off to the one, the defenders don't know what to do, and the goal's in the back of the net. We've got nobody every time. Whoever we're playing up front, we're playing one up front all the time. Yeah, we've got 2 wingers, but if the wingers aren't getting in or that they're not believing in their own abilities to get past the first player, we've got nobody in there. So I just love to see us take a chance and not necessarily work against City, but see us just try to put 2 up front. But
yeah, we see. We still have you know, we still have a couple of days to rest now, guys, until we play City. That's going to be the pinnacle. I'm really looking for. This is the first I look on the team sheet. It's Manchester United derby alongside with Manchester United, Arsenal. These 2 games I look forward to. Am I nervous? Yes, I am. But knowing that form goes out the window when it's derby. Anyway, we finished the voting, right? So the poll, if I may reveal who the man of the match is, you want to hear that, right? Because basically I put Harry Maguire, Christian Eriksen, and Onana, and you guys voted. There's 45 votes here, and this is what it's going to overturn everything. Harry Maguire surprisingly got 20%, guys. All right?
Who's booing him?
Nobody's booing here. Actually, it's a tie between him and Christian Eriksen. Eriksen got 20% according to your votes, and the winner is, drum roll, Onana grabs it with 60%. Big up, Onana. And this deserves a Onana.
There's no sound.
There's no sound.
No sound?
You have to
What?
sing it, Nick. Onana, what's a save?
Oh, nah. What a save.
Oh, na, na, na. What's the save? Oh, na, na. That's my name. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, yeah. Just there's no sound. I don't know what's going on. Onana is the man of the match. Onana saved the day. Big up, everyone. There's no sound. I don't know what's going on with my system. But anyway, everyone that's tuned in, thank you for coming in. I know it's late, guys. 3 points.
Just before we go, guys, could everyone just address that comment? What if we won 4-0? What would everyone's thoughts on Ten Hag be tonight?
4-0, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, if you could say that about most games this season. If we'd have took our chances, then Ten Hag's got his tactics right, or if this was better. But at the end of the day, we're not doing so. It's hard to say what would we have done if we'd have won. Well, of course, everyone was saying well done to Ten Hag, but who would have scored the 4 goals? So, and was it his tactics? Was it his changes? Was it his start? It's a bit of a hard question to answer that, really. I think generally, if you win a game by 3 or 4 goals, you have to say that the manager gets a bit of praise and the players on the pitch get a lot more.
So I just a side question. So if since they haven't been, the offense hasn't been scoring the goals, let's just say the manager has been getting the tactic right, but the offense has been letting us down, then we should be blaming the offense, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Same for
I
me.
I think so, because I mean, as I say, the saying that, but what we said before about Højlund, he's not had any service tonight. That's not his fault. Is that the manager's fault? Is that the training? Is that what they've been working on? Is it the fact that he started with, as we say, essentially 6 at the back? I don't know. I just want to see Højlund with the best attackers on the pitch to see what he can do when he's getting the service, instead of having to work for 60, 70, 80 minutes without the service. And then, I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
The narrative will surely be different. I just want to spread some love to Alejandro Garnacho, also today's unsung hero, because guys, if you didn't notice, he was scuffing the penalty spot right before the penalty.
Yeah, he was.
So, we definitely deserve. Look at that. Look at Garnacho making sure. If you believe in superstition or whatever, this one is for you. Garnacho, thank you. Look at that. I hope it has impact.
We have a golden gem ahead of us in the future. The future looks bright as well in Højlund. There's still youngsters. We have Kobe Mainoo. A lot of young prospects to look forward to. And plus, if you look at Casemiro, he's going to be fizzled out eventually. He's getting to his age. Eriksen's not going to be around either. So, we're building for the future. I'm excited that we have 3 in the bounce, confidence boosters. Let's just regroup, celebrate this win today, guys. We needed this win. Onana saves the day, and City is looming around the corner. I'm getting giddy. I want to beat City at Old Trafford. I don't know about you guys. I don't feel confident, but, ask me during the... when is it? On Saturday, isn't it? Sunday?
Yes, Sunday.
Do you remember last season when we were going into the Liverpool game and we didn't think we had a chance? It was at Old Trafford.
We did.
And it turned our season around.
Yeah.
Yes. Let it be. Let it be.
Let that sink in. Anyway, beautiful people, it is late here where I'm sitting. It's almost 1 o'clock in the midnight. I got to get up and work. So if you want to talk further, I'm going to remove myself.
Yeah, me too. I need to go to Nuruddin's channel. I just want to give a shout out here. If you want to jump over there and have a look, I will be with Nuruddin. So I post the link in the comments.
Give my love to Nuruddin, will you?
I will.
Love to jump on, but I'm tired. I'm tired, emotionally drained. My blood pressure. I don't know about your blood pressure, puppy. You must be going.
GB gave me some meds, so we're good.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Please give it up for Poppy. Give it up for Phil for coming in. Give it up for Jarvis as well, and Mark as per usual.
Thanks, everyone.
Guys, good night, and we can all sleep sound tonight. It's been Mick Ruby here and Mufc Realist TV, the crew. 1-0 Manchester United. It's time for Bella.
Oh, Nana! Oh, Nana! Oh, Nana!
Get out of here!
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. Subscribe if you have not done so yet. If you want to take it to the next level, you can always show your appreciation to sponsor our channel by clicking below the video title, where you will see the heart icon with the text saying, thanks. Or you could buy me a cheeky little coffee by scanning this barcode, or visit this link to buy me a virtual coffee. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. Remember, glory, glory, Man United. Glazers out. It is green and gold until we are announced and sold. That was all from me. I wish you a good day and a great match experience, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and